didn't see you there. Let me just mark you down for attendance. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Shira, and I am the 3rd grade Hebrew school teacher here at Temple Israel. And I want you all to join my class today. What I'm going to be discussing is Judaism and why it's important to me, and I'm going to explain this using 3 major words: God, Israel, and the Torah. First, I'll start with God. God will be our center point for our Star of David, which is the Jewish symbol. In Judaism, they believe in one God. That term is known as monotheism. From the time we're born, parents tell their Jewish children that God is all around us. God is everywhere, and that we were created in the image of God. We were also taught that Jews pray 3 times a day. The first service happens in the morning, which is known as shacharit. The second service is known as mincha, and this happens in the afternoon. The third service is called mariv, and mariv happens at night. Now yes, there are these 3 services, but Jews pray at any time of the day. They pray before meals, after meals, before washing their hands, even after they go to the bathroom. But besides prayer and God, the next topic I want to talk to you all about is Israel, the land for the Jewish people, or the Jewish people's homeland, also known as the land of milk and honey. In 1948, Israel was first established and known as a state. At that time, David Ben-Gurion was the prime minister, and he led the Jewish people into their new homeland. I personally have been to Israel, and I felt very safe there despite the bombings that happened. This is one of the reasons why. In America, after high school, we go off to college. But in Israel, what they do is join what's called the IDF, or the Israeli Defense Forces. So, for a certain number of years, both men and women serve in the IDF defending their country and making sure that it's a safe place for them to live and for their children. Now, the next topic I want to discuss is Torah. That will go on our 3rd point here on the Star of David. It is said that the Torah was recited to Moses on Mount Sinai. So there are 2 versions of the Torah, the oral version that was recited, and the written version that Moses recorded from which he heard from God. Now, the Torah are the first 5 books of Moses, and they are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. They also have equivalent names in Hebrew. I won't get into that. But something you should know about the Torah is that it's studied on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And every Jewish boy or girl who chooses to have a bar or bat mitzvah, which is a coming-of-age ceremony or ritual in the United States, must read from the Torah. This brings me to the next point I want to talk about, is why Judaism is important to me. The way I was raised as a conservative Jew. In Judaism, there are 3 sects in America. We have Orthodox, which is more traditional, Conservative, which is in between traditional and secular, which is what I am, and we have Reform, which is the most of the secular. Now, the way I was brought up, I went to religious school when I was young enough, and then when I came to be in 2nd grade, I started going to Hebrew school every 3 times a week until I graduated high school. And then after that, being a conservative Jew, it was important for us to continue our Jewish traditions. So I started joining groups in college, and I also started teaching here at Temple Israel. So the reasons I wanted to talk to you all today about being Jewish is because it is really important to hold true to your identity, whatever that may be, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, really anything, and just let that show throughout the world. Not to be afraid, to stand strong, and represent the things that matter to you most. So to recap, in Judaism, that would be God, Israel, and the Torah. Thank you all for coming to this class, and I hope you learned a ton.